In our last video of this series, we started making of 3D stages in Sketchup web, which is totally free. In this video, we will look at more drawing tools and applying materials on them. Let's start where we were last time. Let's double click the stage component and get inside it. We are going to modify inside this component. Let's press L to select line tool. Let's click on one edge and type in 20 feet. You see there is a green point, which is a mark that marks the 20 feet from here, which is the middle point of the stage. Now let's select circle with pressing C. Let's click at this point and start making a circle, keeping it in the center. After clicking, let's type 12 feet. So we will have a circle which has 12 feet in radius. Let's press P for push pull. Let's select this face, click it here and drag until let's try to snap it to the bottom of this stage. You see this is snapping at the bottom, means this is gonna take the depth measurement from the stage height. Now let's erase the lines we won't need. To do that, press E to select the eraser tool and erase this line. Now let's make the edge of the stage a bit rounded. A quick way to do that is hitting R and selecting rectangle. Let's start drawing from this edge. Let's write 4 feet, 4 feet. Let's hit enter. This is gonna make a 4 feet by 4 feet rectangle in this area. Now let's press spacebar to select the selection tool. Let's double click this rectangle to select this rectangle with the edge. Let's hit Ctrl C to copy this. Let's zoom out. Let's hit O for orbit tool so that we can rotate. Let's hit Ctrl V to paste it somewhere outside in the model. Let's hit O to orbit and take a better look at the model. Let's press M to select the move tool. Let's click on this edge and let's click on this edge so this point snaps. Or we could do another rectangle here. The habit of this kind of copy paste is gonna get you smarter and faster in Sketchup web. Now let's select the arc tool or press A. Now let's click on this point and this point. Let's move the mouse across this area. Let's leave it here. Let's hit space to select the selection tool. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's select this surface. Let's hit P to select the push pull. Let's pull this area down to this part. You see when it reaches at the end, this tends to vanish like this. Awesome. Let's hit E to get the eraser tool. Let's remove these edges. Looks good, right? So let's do the same thing for this part. Now, another important SketchUp matter we will learn in this video is called materials. Materials are colors, textures or images that are laid on the body of model's fill. You can find the materials on this part of the workspace. Let's open materials. We have few colors here we can choose. Let's double click the model we want to work with to get inside the component. Now let's triple click to select the whole model. As I said, in this part we have few colors and in this part we browse for materials. Let's look for some wood textures. Let's unfold woods. Let's say we like this. Once we select this texture, our mouse is gonna turn as a paint bucket. Now we have the whole stage selected. Now we're gonna click the whole stage to get it painted. Voila! It's that easy. But let's say we want to have some other texture for the face part. What we do is we hit space for selecting the selection tool and click anywhere to deselect the model. Remember, we are inside the component with nothing selected. Let's select the second texture we want to use for the face part. Maybe this one. You see our mouse cursor has turned into another paint bucket. So let's click on these faces to paint them. Let's hit O for orbit. Let's turn around our stage and apply this material here. Let's hit B for paint bucket and let's paint these faces. Let's hit O for orbit again to turn around. Let's hit B for paint bucket. Now we have a stage where we have put some materials. Let's say we want to pick the color from the stage top and paste it on the stair tops as well. Let's double click and get inside the component of the stair. Let's not select any surface. Let's hit B to select the paint bucket. Let's hold Alt and click on this surface to pick the material. Let's press the material on the tops of the stairs. Let's hit space and let's double click anywhere to get out of the component. Now we will learn one essential thing, that is importing image to your model. To do that, we will get inside the component we want to modify. Let's select the face where we want to import the texture. Let's click this menu bar and select import. Import from my device. Let's select some file from my device. Now we have two options to import as. We can import it as an image or a material. Let's try to import it as a 2D material. So now this is asking me to set the start point of the image. Let's say the starting point of the image would be from here. Let's click here. Now wherever I move the mouse, this extends. Let's select some point that is gonna be the end point. Now we have imported the image like this. This is a 2D image. We can hit M and move it around. This won't do anything. We don't need it here. Let's hit Ctrl Z for undo. Let's click on the face we want to affect. Now let's import the photo as a material. Now it's asking me again to set the starting point. I move my mouse along the across I want to paste. Let's say I want to paste it like this. I click this edge. So now my texture is painted. Let's hit B for getting the bucket tool. Let's hit Alt and click this to pick the material. Let's paste it here as well. You see the material is set to seamless right now. Let's hit undo to get rid of the textures because we're gonna work with the stock materials for now. In our next video, we will learn to get ourselves more organized. Hit a like, maybe subscribe as well.